Beloved, as we move forward in this season, just by way of reminder, I want us to remember, recall, and embrace Christ's healing presence, deep healing from the inside out. And I want us to embrace it to the degree that we allow the Spirit of Christ, who is the Creator Spirit and has been from the beginning, to create in us fresh and new ways of looking at what's unfolding in our lives. One of the most important gifts God has given you is your imagination. And learning how to allow your imagination to be sanctified by the Spirit of God can cause your faith to move in directions that you may not have moved in a while. You know, as a child, you and I lived in an imaginary world and a real world at the same time. And sometimes we didn't know the difference between the imaginary world and the real world. My little grandson lives in a world of dinosaurs that he interacts with and talks to. And he's very free in that world. And I'm telling you, the kid knows a ton about dinosaurs and he's educating his grandpa. But I watch him and I look at his wonder and his sense of excitement about everything he's learning about T-Rex and about Triceratops and Brachiosaurus and all the other dinosaurs that have arisen because of Jurassic Park franchise. That they didn't have those when I was a kid, but imagination has brought them into his world. And I'm just suggesting that we are made in the image and likeness of God. Now, to make an analogy, everything you see in creation, all the goodness, all the beauty, all the artistry, came out of the imagination of God. God himself brought all that out of his artistry. He created it all out of nothing. Beloved, he made you creative. And I am persuaded that if ever there was the opportunity for us to move in new dimensions of problem solving, it's the day in which we're facing so many problems that we either have a choice to give up, give in, and give out, or give God glory and say, Lord, sanctify our imaginations and help us to see potential where other people see pitfalls. Help us to see possibilities where other people see problems. Help us to see power where other people tend to see a lack of power. God wants to sanctify our imagination. The only limits, Albert Einstein said, are those of imagination. Coming from a guy that came up with the theory of relativity all because of his imagination. Yes, he was a brilliant mathematician and a quantum physicist, but all of that happened because of an imagination that he learned how to cultivate and develop. I think it's time to imagine by the Spirit of Christ within us and see the unseen, hear the unheard, and speak the unspoken. And so, in the words of someone that I respect, dream well. Watch what happens.